got to rip it. And I've only taken about 2 pass attempts here that's gone further than 20 yards. Both ended up being complete. But it's just this constant pressure up front. And Kapolei and Solo Soluyai and this defensive staff does such a good job of scheming and game planning. And talking about people who just live football.
Oh yeah, you know, I've had an opportunity to be around both those guys, and they do such a good job. They're great teachers of the game, and then they also have a great mind. You know, and speaking with Coach Sola earlier this year, really what he does is, you know, all of his players that he's able to send off, they all come back with their playbooks, and he just absorbs it all, and they find ways to adapt it to what they do, and go, you know, outside of the University of Hawaii, do we have a lot of options? So, you know, you see the little nuances and changes that they do every year, and they do an incredible job for sure for this defense.
Amisone throws. This ball is incomplete at the ground, intended for Nico Smith. Madden Soliai in on the coverage. Hurricanes led by Darren Hernandez in the 23rd season with the program. He's got the fourth most wins in OIA history, 146. In fact, the guys above him are pretty good. And Hugh Yoshida, John Velasco, and Larry Legend, Larry Ginoza.
Some rarefied air right there.
Third down, Amisone spins away, now has to throw it away. La'anui Myers. Stern Carvalho saying, hey, he's still in the tackle box. He didn't get out of the tackle box, even though the ball went to the line of scrimmage, and there was no eligible receiver there, but no flag thrown.
And his ability to extend plays is just incredible, you know, and Kahuku's doing a good job of, you know, that third and medium situation, you know, bringing some pressure and creating movement, you know, and just keeping Amisone just unsettled. You know, he can't really get into a rhythm, and we're seeing that here, and they need him to settle down. Kapolei does, if they have a chance to win this football game.
McCarley's punt goes to Mana Carvalho, who slipped by 2 Hurricanes, but not Hurricanes 3 and 4. A turn down to the ground at the 30-yard line, and Grayson Alafoni made the tackle. Kahuku up a couple of scores.
Starting at $4.99, you can get 1, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.99. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It was all calm. And then good thing this Frontier's got 310 horsepower to handle an SOS.
Drive the Nissan Frontier. Month lease or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on Frontier.
Not to name names, but most burger places don't even sell tacos. Meanwhile, I've got my new bacony $3 mummy-wrapped monster taco and 2 original monster tacos for just $3. Take notes, Ronald. Oops, I named names. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Saturday, the Mighty Mules are saddling up for a spot in the playoffs. But can Namenehune Magic strike again? Lelehua, Moanalua, OIA football only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, if it's football season, it's band season as well. Cheer season, of course, girls volleyball season. We'll have a tournament final for you on Thursday on Spectrum OC 16. Game Day Hawaii delivered by Pete Sykes. Hey, do you guys need an ukulele player? We know a really good one. So many band festivals, right? During homecoming parades. I mean, all those young men and women got to carry the equipment around and still play and march in rhythm. It's just, it is such a ridiculously talented art form. You think football dedication is long? Man, try playing in band for like 4 years.
Oh man, it's a huge commitment, and hats off to those kids, because that's what makes the high school experience worth it. You know, it's fall break. They could be at home chilling. It's their last Friday, and they're here in the hot sun, striking up the band for their team.
There's Malosi Fiatoa to run it through there. Approach 8.5 to go in the third. Jennison Pave in on the tackle. Kahuku next week has a game on OC 16 against Campbell. Campbell, who picked up a convincing win over Waipahu last night, sits undefeated at 4-0 in league play. And Fiatoa is there. And one more thing, good for Eva Beach, by the way, to have that success. I mean, the last time they had sort of that level of success was when they hit the OIA final about 27 years ago, when the head coach was Darren Hernandez at the time. And it's just great for that community, and even Jaron Calvi Pulutella, and even Darren Johnson, who we got to know over the years.
Oh yeah, and you know, I know they're loving it down there on 7-6 South. You know, they love it so much. They love ball so much. You see Mexico Park packed every single weekend, and it's just great, like you said, because it pulls people together, right? The #1 place on a Friday and Saturday, you see people at a high school football game. You know, it doesn't matter what age, they're there supporting their team, and so happy for that community, and hopefully they can stay on that roll.
16 first down yards there for Joaquin to run it. Here he is. Leans forward to the right side again. Takes it just shy of the 40-yard line. He's approaching the century mark.
And you can see he's just, you know, he's being patient. He's staying behind his blockers and just taking what the defense is giving him. Looked like he might have caught a cramp there at the end, but having a heck of a day. You know, hopefully he can get back on that field and go get that
second down,
100 yards.
That's my age. There's no timeout. Let's go. Let's go.
Jetley Purcell, also 53. The offensive lineman just doing a great job blocking down the field to free that up. Here's Fiatoa now. In for Joaquin, who's got to come out for one play because of the injury stoppage. Sanford Tubola has gone 5 for 10 here this afternoon. Now 5 for 11 on the throw that goes to Ka'anga. Just couldn't connect with him.
And it's hard, you know, they're pressing, you know, again, just trying to get these reps for Sanford Tupuola, and they're much needed, you know, but when you're in this game situation and as a coach, you don't feel like the game's settled yet, you know, every single opportunity when you're calling a play, do we run it, do we pass it, you know, those things you weigh in, because again, I think the only thing I'm seeing right now is just, you know, the timing and the rhythm of that throw being really tight and crisp. And so, you know, the best teacher of the game is the game itself, but in these game situations, you got to make the best call for the team.
Little screen, and that is
Solei bring, they're just relentless with their effort, and they do a good job of not allowing a lot of escape lanes for Amisone to get started and break away.
Third down. Amisone again climbing, and now he's got a ton of space. Tries to work the sideline, gonna be close. Maybe about a few yards shy of the first down. Kahuku has 3 sacks here this afternoon. Heading into today, the O-line only allowed 1 sack. That's how much work he's had to do.
And that was a quarterback design draw play, and you can see just we've said it over and over and over again the last 2 weeks, such a dynamic player. Kahuku had a spy, which was a guy that was responsible for him the entire time, and Tama just made a miss to get them into this 4th and short.
Penalty flag down, and they're going to rule it against. Let's see. The early indication was on Kahuku. It's 4th and 5 right now. May end up being a first down.
Prior to the snap, encroachment. 9-0. Defense, land up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Results, first down.
It's on LeBron Williams. So they'll take the first down. It's just the 5th first down here this afternoon for the Hurricanes. From the 39. Design run, Amisone. Just stepping through the swamp. Monotai trying to force that football out. It was punched out by Monotai. Who comes up with it? There's a dog pile for it. And it's Kahuku ball.
And such a great job there, again, on both ends. Quarterback design run. Tama just doing an incredible job. And then there you see Monotai. Looked like he got hemmed up a little bit there at the end of the play. Everybody falling on him. Oh, but such a great job. You know, usually when you're coaching defense, the first guy is responsible for wrapping up on the tackle, and it's the next guy that comes in to rake the ball. But Aiden Monotai did it all by himself, secured the runner, and then was able to get that ball out for a big turnover.
Lolo Solomon ended up getting the football. There's Kapolei, one of the defensive coordinators in the foreground. I tell you, Hernandez is a trendsetter. Everybody got AirPods on now.
I wonder what Coach Pule is listening to.
I know, yeah, probably Hernandez. Talking to each other. 8.4 remaining. Could be the final play of the quarter, and Kalaheo Kanai Oliveira's in. But first, a penalty marker down for a delay of game.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense. 5-yard penalty. Down remains 1.
Push it further back here. It was 17-0 at the half, and it looks like it's going to stay that way maybe to the end of 3 quarters. Try and keep it through. Here for Joaquin. Adds on to his already career-high rushing total here this afternoon. And Kahuku and Kapolei. Battle between the 20s there. Off we go to the 4th. You're watching the OIA on Spectrum OC16.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
This year, we are more thankful than ever. Instead of spending your time cooking, order a pre-made Thanksgiving feast from Zippies.com or give one to those who deserve it most, so you can spend more time together.
Order online for early bird savings, and now earn up to 1,500 Zipcoin reward points.
Heart pumping, muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help. With a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Back here at Alvin Nagasako Sports Complex. Fourth quarter begins here. Double dipping in the OIA this afternoon and evening, coming up in about 3.5 hours. We'll have Moanalua and Lelehua in Salt Lake, a battle between two Division I opponents as we wind our way down the end of the regular season and into the playoffs in November. Fourth quarter begins with Joaquin run, already 111 yards. He only had 85 rushing yards entering today. And this junior with a high motor is getting anything he wants. Relatively short game forces third down now. Again, Kahuku with a win can win the 13th in a row in the series. Pitch back here. This one goes to Alarosa. His first carry this afternoon ends up short because of Jennison Pave and Bryson Miyose.
And just, you know, some experimentation, but a great job. This Kapolei Hurricane defense is just continuing to fight, continuing to play hard, working out their triple option kinks. And there is Kuiki coming up, Miyose, and then our guy Jennison Pave to finish it off.
Mana Carvalho will punt this one towards Nico Smith. It's the official senior day for Kapolei. Will happen next week against Mililani. Mana Carvalho's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. Went for the long one here to Lono Solomon, couldn't find him. Akana Taylor in on the coverage, and Mana Carvalho tried to get tricky with it. Just ended up short here.
Mana Carvalho just showing off the arm he has on him with the little half rugby roll, throwing it up to Solomon, but great job by Makana Taylor getting in there and making sure that Solomon didn't come down with that football.
And so Kapolei gets decent positioning here at the Kahuku 48-yard line. Amisone just 30 passing yards here today. Here's Kapahu on the run. Kapahu only has 5 rushing yards prior to that carry, as Fo Vale Ueni and Noah Bridges make the tackle. So now both reserves are kind of in here.
And it's smart, you know, again, with playoffs locked up, you know, now you want to try and get an opportunity to build some depth, get your starters off the field, right? If injuries have been an issue, but get these younger guys in game time, real time, game time experience, so that if their number gets called here in the next few weeks, they're ready to rock and roll.
That's why Kahuku was appreciative that Konawaina came to play them, Waimea came to play them, because those are games where almost everybody could play, especially in the game against Waimea where they won. And shout out to those guys just taking on the challenge of playing the open division teams.
Yeah, it says a lot about their coaches and a lot about their communities and programs for them to be willing to come and play, you know, an open division team like that.
Third down. Amisone gonna climb and just squeeze his way through near the first down. Might be a yard shy here, as Ueni comes in to finally stop him.
You can see, you know, still trying to take their shots, but coming up with the design quarterback draw, utilizing Amisone to try and just keep this one here. If they can get a score, they want to get the goose egg off the board for sure. But again, moving the down, putting them in a fourth and very short to try and convert this one and keep going here in the fourth.
Only need a yard. Option. Pitch goes back. Live football. Picked up here by Ering Mapu. Kahuku recovers and gets it at midfield.
Tough play here on 4th and very short. Trying to run speed option. And again, if that's something that hasn't been a part of what you've done, you know, that stuff is timing, right? To practice it in practice, easy. But when you got guys running in your face, it makes it very difficult. Big recovery there. And Kahuku football here in the 4th.
You see Mapu, one of a very good junior class. And these future classes are really going to do well 2-3 years down the line. A side sling there. Goes right here to Halakilangi Moanga Tutia. It's been a nice addition to this group. Transfer from Aldine MacArthur High School in Texas. As you mentioned, he's the #1 long snapper in the country, according to the Rubio camps, and made his commitment to play at UCLA and diversified his game from becoming a long snapper to more of a tight end receiver type of role. Short gain of a couple here. Oliveira to Malosi Fiato on his belly. Wallace Alovao and Bryson Miyose come in on the tackle. Can you believe we're calling 2 games today, man?
Man, no. I'm going to have to gas up after this one, man. This is like, yeah. Whew.
Darren Hernandez rocking a brand new hat, by the way. The Hurricanes trucker hat. There's Fiatoa to run it. Kuhiki able to make that tackle. See that brand new hat, and yeah, he still loves coaching after 23 years. And he said that, you know, even when he was like a freshman or a sophomore in high school when he graduated from Campbell, he was at Campbell, he was kind of self-admittingly, I was acting like a fool, and, you know, I wasn't doing a lot of, you know, smart things that, you know, time gives you perspective, obviously. And then he had a coach come up to him and said, hey, you know, you got a great future in this. Wayne Suarez, assistant coach at Campbell. Hey, you got a great future. And then when it came to writing goals, like how high school students do, he wrote down, I want to be a high school coach. And ever since then, he hasn't looked back. He wanted to help out the kids and give back to them. Here's IU. Pull that one in. Jennison Pave able to make the tackle.
Yeah, for all you aspiring coaches out there, bit of advice. Go get a teaching degree if you want to get into coaching, because you'll always make sure you have, you know, a good job tied to you wanting to coach. So again, like we said, Felipe, a lot of our coaches, they have full-time jobs on top of coming out here to coach, and man, that's a big commitment, and hats off to them, because they come out here year in and year out to coach the youth.
Joaquin able to run it there. And timeout. This game just slowly chugging along here on a Saturday afternoon.
First time out of the half.
17-0.
Starting at $4.99, you can get 1, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.99. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Servicing our island ports are longshoremen, the men and women that nurture the lifeline to Hawaii. In ancient Hawaii, the po'ola were entrusted to manage the waterfront. Today, our longshoremen are dedicated to the traditions of the po'ola as they look out for the well-being of Hawaii. Longshoremen are also coaches, mentors, and community leaders, shaping the next generation. Proudly connecting all the islands, we are grateful to Hawaii for trusting in us to bring the goods to our people. Hawaii Longshoremen, connecting daily life, our communities, our islands.
Not to name names, but most burger places don't even sell tacos. Meanwhile, I've got my new bacony $3 mummy wrapped monster taco and 2 original monster tacos for just $3. Take notes, Ronald. Oops, I named names.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Tuesday, it's crunch time as 2 teams look to rise above the net and move one step closer to the crown. It's a semi-final showdown. ILH Girls Volleyball only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
That's where we're here right now. And of course, Moanalua and Lelehua coming up next. You ready, bud?
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready.
So no, I've done this only one other time where we called 2 games in 2 different locations. And again, because of just circumstances, we didn't have enough people to work both games, enough crew here. You would be the first color analyst on the OC16 side to do both for football. So history here for you.
Oh man, I better make sure I rest my voice in between, you know.
Yes. Yeah. We've had incidences of people getting sick and losing their voice on air. Kaleo Kanai Oliveira able to run it through. You ever lost your voice coaching, by the way?
Yeah, so always at the onset of camp, you know,
or,
onset of camp where you just, you know, you go, right? You go from pretty much, you know, October, November to not having to yell all the way again, you know, and even in May, June, it's okay. And then once you hit those double days and you're running on about 5 hours of sleep, you know, yeah, that voice goes real quick.
Kanoa's pretty quick, gets to the outside, and Kanoa with a flag down, gets near the goal line. 2 flags come out as Makana Taylor makes the stop. Taylor looked like he forced this thing out and recovered in the process.
And Kanoa just doing a great job. Same thing, you know, just following his lead blockers. And Taylor coming in.
Stripped it away.
Wow, big time play there. To pull the ball out, to come back into play, get the ball out, and then try and go and advance it.
I'll have to sort out here. 2 flags came out.
Block in the back. Number 6, offense. Then you have penalty from the spot of the foul. Down remains 1.
So in that instance, and we saw the strip there, the runner in Kanoa was either ruled down or forward progress was stopped to essentially kill the play. That's why Kapolei doesn't get the ball back, because the play had either stopped before that change of possession, or maybe, you know, they didn't see the change of possession either. And so that's why that penalty only exists there for Bodhi Ka'anga, unfortunately for Red Raider fans. Pushed it back. Here's Kanoa again. Gonna punch his way through. Noah Papamo'ava's there.
Kanoa, the ball carrier, brought down by Noah Papamo'ava. No gain on
yeah, it looked like Kanoa got started a little bit too fast. Runs into one of his blockers there, and Papamo'ava just coming in and clean up the mess.
And Mwanga Tutia there inadvertently tripping him. They're down in 7. Here's Kanoa. About a yard shy of the first down. Kahuku upwards of a little bit more than 250 yards of offense, which is right at their average roughly heading into today. Joaquin has about half of those total offensive yards. Of the 254, he's got 121, so a little less than half, but it's a career afternoon for him. 16 carries, 121 yards, and a rushing touchdown. 5:20 here to go. In a game that's just been put in a vice grip by Kahuku since they went up 17-0. Kanoa. Not a lot of work there. Here's Kuhiiki to make the tackle. JV's gonna be really good too. They're undefeated. They picked up some good wins on the road against Mililani. And they picked up a road win here today, 35-0. If that should hold, they'll luckily be the 1 seed. Of course, they have a tough Campbell team that's coming up, a JV squad that is, next week Saturday. But it's that freshman class that a lot of these coaches have talked about, like, oh, that might be the next great class. Of course, remember Leonard Ayu, right? Brock Moana, Kaikai Carvalho, won state championships. And that's the thing about football. Nobody can enjoy the present, right? It's just like, oh, well, what's next now, right? Everyone's looking ahead, and apparently that freshman class is the next class. Joaquin out of the backfield. Runs it past the front stake, or near the front stake, as Noah Papamo'ava able to trip him up.
Just running a quick little swing out of the backfield to Joaquin. and just doing a great job of getting down the sideline. You know, again, working on that rhythm, working on that presence in the passing game for these young quarterbacks to get them settled in, and if their number gets called on here in the future, they'll be able to execute.
Noah Papamo'ava has 15 tackles here tonight, by the way.
He's quietly had a game, Felipe. You know, he's showing up everywhere, especially in the run game. You know, he does a good job of making decisive action. You know, seeing the seams and getting after it, and you know, he piqued my interest last week watching him against Farrington.
4 minutes and 13 seconds left. As Sterling Carvalho looks like he's going to earn, barring a miracle, his 56th career win as a Kahuku head coach for a program that's won 29 OIA titles and 11 HHSA championships. Here's Fiatoa, Wallace Aloval. They almost won the 30th title a year ago, remember, but Moanalua, or rather Mililani, I should say, came in able to knock them off at Farrington and denying them of Title 30.
But it's always nice, Felipe, again, when this is your brand of football and this is your identity, when it's time to go close out a game, you can just line up, put your hand in the dirt, and go move the ball with the run game.
Reaching for the goal line. No signal yet. I'll be short here. Just inching closer to that painted line. With 3:14 remaining. We're going to get timeout.
Timeout. Kapolei, the second timeout of the half.
3:14 till Abu gets in his car and drives to Salt Lake.
With boneless wings this good, it makes no sense to still be a boneless denier. Popeye's new boneless wings are tender, juicy, and made with all white meat. Oh, you'll believe. We don't make sense, we make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Big every time, nicer, you like it. When we stories way out, they go wide. 10 by 20 plus, dep on the side. Double X, yes, call it a double dime. Hawaii self-storage just as big every time, right?
Hawaii self-storage is the place to be. Guaranteed from the boys of BET.
So come on down to Hawaii self-storage. So come down, respect, yeah. Hawaii self-storage, #1. Check it,
Break up with your old wings and
Get a new high.
lemon pepper wing from Popeyes. Crispy, saucy, available. Popeyes finally has wings in 6 flavors.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Wednesday, down to the Final Four in Division II, and the goal is simple: survive and advance. It's the semifinals of the OI Division II Girls Volleyball Tournament, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
That close from the goal line here for Kahuku. We have a 3rd and goal from the 1, and Kanoa, the running back. There's Kanai Oliveira to take this snap. Kanoa trying to back his way in. And he's going to be stopped shy. You know, backing your way in is tough too, right? Because as long as the ball gets over the front part of the line, but when you back up, you actually send that ball further back. And now it's 4th and goal here for Kahuku.
And this Hurricane defense just won't be denied. Coming out off of the timeout, just fighting and scratching and battling to make sure that Kanoa doesn't get in the end zone.
Here's Kanoa. Touchdown. And a marker down in the process. This came from the near sideline.
Illegal formation, offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Down remains 4.
Guys on the near side to the right of that offensive formation weren't lined up on the line. And there's a man down here for, looks like Kahuku.
And you know that offensive line, right, is looking like an offensive lineman. That's one of the positions, Felipe, that you don't rotate out, you know, like you can at the on the other ones. And so those guys, they've got to be so tired right now, so exhausted, you know, just pounding in there in the trenches, you know, opening up holes and pass protecting. And hopefully that young man is okay. Look like they're checking out his knee there.
I think it's Tavita Vilmure. It is.
Good to see him get up and be able to walk off on his own.
And now got to go back to work. It's 4th and goal now from the 6-yard line. Is that an umbrella? Oh, my goodness, yeah. It's either that or somebody's house doesn't have any channels.
Oh, man.
What happened there? Is it an umbrella? My goodness.
Hey, let's go, guys. Off the field, off the field. Pull back, pull back.
4th down. Kalaheo Kanai Oliveira along with Isaiah Joaquin. Kahuku trying to get the first points for either team here in this second half. Throwing end zone, overthrew Monica Carvalho. And it comes up short on the drive. Kapolei takes over.
And now, you know, Kapolei just needs to get back on the field and, you know, want to finish on a positive note. You know, whether that's getting a few more first downs, obviously, if they can march the length of the field and score, that'd be great. But, you know, just to get some rhythm going, you know, just to end this game on a high note so that they got something they can build on for next week.
Of course, we hope you stay with us later tonight in about 3 hours. We'll have Lelehua and Moanalua, the 31st overall meeting between the two. You see the points per game in the series where Lelehua has won by an average of 19. Gabe Liua, excellent. Isaac Harney, only 10 behind the passing yardage leader. And Keenan Alani over at Konawaina. Gonna be a fun one in Salt Lake later tonight on Spectrum OC16. Layson Rodriguez, the new quarterback here for the Hurricanes. The kill of the clock here with 2:31 remaining. After Zane Pashon caught that pass for a gain of 9. Not sure what this stoppage is about. Maybe they might have to readjust the clock. I think that's what it is.
So, you know, a lot to work on both sides, you know,
Yeah.
Felipe, as they get ready for their stretch run. Obviously, you know, 2 big games for both of these programs next week. You know, just ending with the meat, with the real meat and potatoes of the schedule, man. It's always hard, especially with the injuries that we've talked about that have built up. You know, hopefully both sides can get healthy enough so that you know, they can get to a place where they can play their best football here toward the end of the season.
Rodriguez batted up a little bit in the air, and at the line, Launui Myers was there, which makes next week's game pretty important here for more so Mililani, because Mililani loses next week. It'll drop down to the number 4 seed.
Wow.
And Kapolei would be the 3. And then it all depends on Kahuku Campbell. The winner of that game will be the 1 seed. If Mililani wins next week, and again, we'll know that result before we get on the air at 6 o'clock because the game's at 2. Mililani wins, then Kahuku would need to win to force a 3-way tie for the top seed. And Kapolei would end up as the 4th seed in the OI tournament. So it's a wild season, weird season. Just so many storylines throughout as Rodriguez get knocked down by Noah Bridges.
Yeah. And that'll be interesting. You know, I mean, those are the type of dynamics and fun that you wanna have in a season. You know, just the dramatic storylines, and it'll be interesting to see if that thing heats up that way.
Yeah.
And see how it goes from there.
Rodriguez, look at him go. Rodriguez emerges as the number 2 quarterback in the summer. He transferred over from St. Louis. They're playing on the younger division teams there. He has loved this Kapolei home. The Hurricanes able to move the chains with 1:52 remaining. Rodriguez trying to go with pace again. That one batted at the line, going up again. This time it's Kevin Kamaka'ala.
And this Kahuku defense all along, you can see that they're coached really well, because it's not just, you know, the ones that do it, but now as they're getting into the depth, you can see that they understand the timing, you know, that they're going to rush, that they're going to come after it, and then there's a certain timing where you get your hands up to try and bat the football down. So that's great coaching and great execution by that Kahuku front.
Now penalty flag down. Kapolei just has one penalty here today.
And that's a great sign, right? Because as you're trying to work out the other stuff, man, just to come away with one penalty in the entire game, that is a really, really impressive stat.
Yeah. You have one more penalty than points.
It's a good thing that I'm pretty sure that Kahuku would wish to have that one penalty for their up downs on Monday.
It's going to go against Kahuku.
Dead ball, disconcerting act on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
So the disconcerting act, meaning the defensive line here for Kahuku, is verbally trying to simulate the snap and saying hut or that kind of verbiage to try and get the offense to snap the ball. Before that used to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, and a couple years ago, it went from a 15-yard penalty to a 5-yard penalty, so that's what a disconcerting act is. It's rare, but it occasionally happens.
I cannot confirm or deny if I've ever had that penalty called on me, Felipe.
Yeah.
Maybe on the island of Maui. Maybe in 2001 when we played Baldwin.
Bring the pressure to Rodriguez, and down he goes. They brought the house, did Kahuku, and Sione Pasi. And then a couple of flags come out. And now some extra shoving and commotion. LeBron Williams was pushed by a Kapolei Hurricane. And then hats are coming off. That means it's a multiple flag. So, of course, you never want to have anybody disqualified, obviously, because you still have one more game to go. But the pressure here from Kahuku's defense and Sione Pasi, great again. Riley Leuma was pushing LeBron Williams, which helped kind of trigger this reaction.
You can see Leuma getting spoke to by his coach, because this is big. If, like you said, you don't want to get ejected, because next week's game just became bigger than this one. And you need all your horses, and you need all your men to be able to go have a chance to win that one.
Personal foul, 55 offense. Personal foul, 90 offense. That penalty is offset. Personal foul, number 50. Defense, that penalty will be assessed. First down, we have a timeout, Kahuku.
They call it on Gu and Leuma. And then on LeBron Williams, the first two on the Hurricanes, the last one on the Red Raiders.
But the nice part was we could have possibly avoided any ejected players from that one.
Yeah. And now Darren Hernandez is going to ask about this. And not too much of a lobby here from Coach Hernandez, who has 146 wins in his career, which includes his days over at Campbell when he coached from 94 to 99. He's been part of the OC16 broadcasting family since 2005.
Timeout, Kahuku.
For Coach Hernandez, this will be a tough one to swallow, because Kapolei has had a lot of trouble scoring points against Kahuku in the series. In fact, the most they scored in the series, and again, this is the 17 meeting, was just 19 points. Even when they defeated Kahuku was a 14-7 game. And so if this score should hold, this will be the second time in 3 years that they'll get shut out by the Red Raiders. That's another opportunity, though, to learn and grow and help build. And you never know. Once that tournament starts, you never know what's going to happen. And even when the regular season's over, they're guaranteed at least 2 games, your semifinal game, and then you can backdoor your way to states through the OA third-place game. So.
But that becomes the difficult part here, right? It's just, again, 14 to 18-year-old young men, and just trying to keep them locked in and involved, and wanting them, you know, to want this. It's getting late, you know, they're just getting off fall break, and now you're looking at, hey, we just got to get to Thanksgiving, we got to get to Christmas break, and so just trying to keep them engaged and the want to, you know, that's really what you need.
Yeah. So out of the timeout called, it's Larry McCarley to punt this one here with 1:37 remaining. Skipper here for Larry McCarley, who does a good job to get it away. We got a penalty flag down after McCarley, the kicker, went down, and Mapu had some contact on him. Question is, was it running or roughing? If it's roughing, it's a first down. If it's running, it's only 5 yards. That's what everyone is yelling. Is it running or roughing?
Coach Hernandez, you can hear him just trying to get some clarification so he can make a determination of what he wants to do.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Kicker. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yep, there you go. Everyone at home, any penalty that starts with the word roughing, it's an automatic first down. And oh yeah, that is roughing. Hit him in the plant leg. Mapu came firing through. Again, he was just all out to try and block the kick, but his momentum took him forward, and thankfully that McCarley's okay and Mapu's also okay. And so Kapolei with 1:28 to go, a chance to get some points on. Rodriguez floats that one wide and incomplete. Viernes, the intended target. Hurricanes again will have a matchup against Mililani. We'll have that game for you coming up next week, Saturday, on Spectrum OC 16. And then later that same day at 6:30, we're up north at Carlton E. Weimer Field for the Red Raiders and the Sabres. Rodriguez floats one behind the defense. Nico Smith in stride inside the 30. The biggest play of the day here for the Hurricanes comes late into the fourth. To the 26-yard line, gain of 44.
And what a great job there by Rodriguez, just stepping back and just letting it rip to Nico Smith. Great job concentrating on the catch, getting those arms out there, finishing into the tuck, and a big play and big first down for the Hurricanes here to end the fourth quarter.
Rodriguez, now can he cash in with an end zone throw? This one is caught in the middle here for Zane Pashan. And Pashan is pushed back. Pashan, just his third catch here today. Mana Carvalho makes the tackle. And it's good for a first down.
First down, Hurricanes.
Good rhythm. Good decision making by Layson here. Trying to close out this game with hopefully a score. Motion to kind of move the defense around, and just hitting Nico Smith inside for a touchdown here late in the game.
First touchdown catch since the Lahaina Luna game, August 16th, here for Smith. And And Rodriguez gets his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. And Larry McCarley puts that one away. Layton Rodriguez said one of the difficult things he had to work with when he adjusted to this team was just the pace and the timing. He always knew he had the skills, and the coaches believed in his ability as well. In every single game, one of the goals is to try and get Layton into the game, right? We saw him against Waipahu earlier in the season, and now he gets a nice moment here in week 10.
Yeah, greatest teacher of the game is the game itself. So all of these are valuable reps for this young man as he battles, you know, to be the next guy here at Kapolei, you know. And so, you know, getting great connection, great rhythm and chemistry with, you know, with the skills that's out there now, you know, his playmakers out there now, and that can bode well for him here in the future.
Nico Smith, as we mentioned early on in the season, was big after the injury to Tristan Ine, who was out with a leg injury. So the receiving core was banged up to start the year. Then Smith comes in. He's averaging 20 a grab. Gets the touchdown catch here with 35 seconds remaining. I have no idea why it's taking this long to get the teams out in a game like this.
Well, again, this heat has been absolutely oppressive. You know, it's just kind of sweltering here in the box right now, and so, you know, probably just, you know, running out of gas, and it's, you know, we're getting sun-kissed here in the booth as we try to finish out this game, Felipe.
The Kapolei will have to kick this one away. Haven't had a lot of returns here today. At least not a lot of big returns. Oh, you're kidding me.
Time out, Kapolei.
Oh my gosh. We got another time out here.
Just wanted to make sure that this, you know, their kickoff team here, just make sure they ends the ball on the right note. Yep. Maybe have a little bit of a little trickeration to end here and just make things interesting.
How about the truck doing some trickeration, huh? We gonna do play of the game, guys? Oh, we are! Taco Bell, play of the game. Ami Sone had that one batted up by Malaki Soliaitui, and then the pick 6 here for LeBron Williams. First of his varsity career, able to get the takeaway. Big here for Kahuku. This defense is just great here today.
Oh, it is. You know, and they've shown their dominance here. And again, the big Cal commit. Roll on you Bears, baby. Go make us proud. Make that Bear Nation proud. Look at that switch. Whoop, whoop. This boy got some wheels now. Big touchdown for LeBron Williams.
You can only imagine the joy underneath that helmet here for one of the best guys here in this Kahuku team.
Two Kahuku Red Raiders heading to Cal, man. I'm excited. Been a long time since we had a bunch of Hawaii boys up there.
How much Cal gear you got, man?
All of my Cal gear is circa 2006, so I'm not even sure if I put it on, it would stay stitched together. So.
Hey, you know, you should bring it to the game and see if we can fit it, right? Post game, that'd be fun. I'll bring my Moanalua Hurricanes basketball youth jersey. See if I can, which I'm pretty sure I can still fit mine. Onside kick by McCarley. This one skips off of Soliaitui and company. Who gets it? Hurricanes come out of the pile with it. Smith, but he knew he's there. With 29 seconds to go, Kapolei still fighting here.
Well, they didn't want LeBron to get all the chalupas, so they come out here with the onside kick, and you can see the relentless effort, Koiki closing that one off and then coming in to finish the recovery and make it Kapolei football.
So they'll keep Rodriguez in. They'll ride the hot hand. From the 37-yard line. You know, any chance of winning, you got to take your shot for the end zone now. Blitz coming. Rodriguez just has to shovel it away. It was out of the tackle box. The pressure came from Fale Atuaya, and the ball did get to the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding there. Good pressure again from Kahuku's defense and Atuaya.
And Kahuku's actually brought in all their starters back into the game. You know, so interesting here that they're sticking with Rodriguez here, but probably trying to keep Tama safe. But you can see him avoiding the pressure and just getting that ball out of bounds to live to fight another down. Look at that.
Okay.
I guess at Kapolei they give them aloha shirts, not polo shirts.
Yes. Love it. 2nd and 10, 21 on the clock. Rodriguez being chased heavily by Sione Pasi. Now gets rid of it. Pulled in by Shaden Roman, who gets out of bounds to stop the clock here with 11.7 remaining.
Kapolei still just battling and fighting for everything they can get here, making it interesting.
Hurricanes out of timeouts right now. So no other chance to stop the clock. They have 2 more chances to try and get a score. But right now they need at least 7 in a game that's for the most part just cosmetic right now these last few plays. Rodriguez dances, and how apropos. Maximum Fanoy Moana the sack. And Kahuku on the road is going to win this one 17-7. The Red Raiders get to 3-1 in the division.